Hi guys! For today's vlog, we will explore the small and beautiful city of Samobor, Croatia. Samobor is located west of Zagreb, a medieval town of Baroque architecture. It is surrounded with oldest and most attractive excursion destination for locals and tourists. Samobor is known for its rich crafts and artisan products. Products such as non-perishable biscuits or litsitar, honey, gingerbread cookies, and as well as manually cut crystals. Handicrafts or artisan shops are all over town. Upon reaching the central square, you will notice the water well structure in the middle, which has faucets on both sides. According to old saying, a glass of water has always been a sign of hospitality, so probably that well represents that saying. King Tomislav Square was a famous meeting spot centuries and still is today. At the square are situated hotel, city hall, Samobor Savings Bank, pharmacy, and the former apartment of Antun Gustav Matos. The center was renovated in the year 2002 and became Samobor's favorite place for having coffee, famous cream pastry or kremšnita, which we will have later, or just sitting at one of the several cute terraces. As per uploading this video, the terraces of the coffee shops has been allowed to be open. St. Anastasia's Church is located in the center of the city and leaning on the main square. This beautiful church is the combination of many styles and elements, and it belongs to the rare early Baroque churches in Croatia. The bell tower is covered with copper plates and was renovated several times through the past. The bells were made into cannons during the First World War. Did you know that Samobor has a Romeo and Juliet-like love story? It was between the poet Stanko Vras and Juliana Cantili, which later on called Ljubica in Vras' verses. When Ljubica died, the last resting place was put in here. Just beside St. Anastasia's Church is Domovinska Savalnosti Park, or Homeland Thanksgiving Park. This park is dedicated to all fallen fighters and defenders of Samobor and Sveta Nedelja. Inside the park, you will also see the passage of Croatian poets. Their famous verses were carved on stone plaques attached to the walls inside the park. Just in front of Domovinska Havalnosti Park is the statue of Mother of God. The statue was put on its place in 1942 in the memory of killed people in the First World War. This is the Franciscan Church of the Assumption of Blessed Virgin Mary and the Franciscan Monastery. The Franciscans came to town as early as 1525, but have made it their home in 17th century. The church hosts the House of Meetings, Tabor, which organizes retreats and seminars that make the Franciscan Monastery the center of spiritual tourism in Samobor. Vugrinchak Park is under Old Town of Samobor. This park is surrounded by forestry ambience. The park has horseback riding facility for the children, a huge area to enjoy riding the bicycle, and also a swimming pool where you can enjoy and relax during the hot season. Going to Old Town Samobor, you needed to walk your way up to reach these beautiful castle ruins. The old town was built by the Sheikh Ottokar in 1268. Castle was owned by prominent families but then later on sold to the city of Samobor to make it a touristic site. Upon entering, you will be welcomed by the green vines climbing down the walls. This makes you feel like walking in a secret garden with its mystic charisma. The tower ruins look so dramatic with roots growing in it. The once mighty and lavish castle is now being taken over by nature. How amazing it can be, right? In this old town, you will see a lot of passages to explore. It's so quiet and peaceful to walk around, just imagining what was it look like before. Now let's watch and enjoy the scenic view from the old town. Before we leave the old town, did you know that Jackie Chan filmed his movie Armor of God in this exact fortress? That doing his stunts almost took his life. Before heading to our next location, let's just take a walk back along Vugrinchak Park and enjoy the beautiful houses along the creek. In between Lavitsa Hotel and Samobor Museum, you will see this beautiful small park with a solar charging bench by Steora. Now let's go inside Samobor Museum. Upon entering, you will be welcomed by this beautiful painted glass door. This two-floored museum exhibiting fossils, geological exhibits, prehistorical remains, and archaeological findings from all eras. This museum is filled with a lot of artifacts, art pieces, numerous historical objects, thousands of pages of centuries quarrel between the owners of Old Town and the city of Samobor. This museum is the manor belonged to Ferdinand Livadic, who was eager to gather Croatian national reformers. In this exact manor, where the Illyrian song Još Hrvatska nije propala, or Croatia has not yet fallen, was sung for the first time. People in Samobor have the love for wine, proof of which can be found in the chapel of St. George. It was believed that the construction began around 1620, financed by the voluntary donations by wine growers in the area. Legend says that this church on Tepets appeared on the location by miracle, and it has no foundation. The chapel was looked after by the Brotherhood of St. George, but the altar, paintings, and entire inventory was lost in a fire during World War II, and the chapel stood empty until 1967. In 1992, the chapel has been in a detailed renovation. After visiting St. George Chapel, we walked along the forestry trail which led us to Vidikovat Tepets or Tepets Viewpoint. It is at 368 meters above sea level. The tower's height is 14 meters. To get to the top, you need to climb up all those steps, and you need to have a lot of bravery, for the structure swings the higher you get. When you reach the top, you will enjoy the 360-degree view of the entire Samobor, which is breathtaking. Please forgive us if we couldn't show you the 360-degree video of entire Samobor, because upon reaching the top, our knees really shook that we can't barely move. But all in all, we can say that this is a great once-in-a-lifetime experience. And please be advised, the maximum number of people above is up to 15 only. After that breathtaking and daredevil experience, we continue our walk in the peaceful Tepets forest to find St. Anna's Chapel. The chapel became the most famous Samobor chapel because of the song called Kod Kapile Sveta Ane, or Near St. Anna's Chapel, written in 1937 by Marko Vukasovic, who described it as a place of meeting and socializing. This chapel is the youngest of all Samobor Baroque churches. It is first mentioned in 1677. Just across St. Anna's Chapel, you will find a pavilion where you can rest, read a book, or just sit and enjoy the tranquil ambience of the place. After all the adventure trip we had around Samobor, we decided to head back to the center to grab their famous custard pastry, which is kremshnita. Coffee bar Uprola Zoo sells the best kremshnita in Samobor, so we highly recommend this place. Now let's go home and enjoy this yummy pastry. We hope you enjoyed our Samobor trip. If you do, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button to get the latest updates from our channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time. Bye!